Beauty Tribe? It's your girl Naja here, and I'm back with another video. I think the glasses are coming off. Ooh. Nah, I think the glasses are gonna stay on. It just gives like a different type of aesthetic. Like, I don't know, it just adds a little bit more accessories to the plain outfit, you know? Anyway, so this is going to be a story time video, and I completely forgot about this until like a few days ago. I think I was talking to Daniel about it, I don't remember, but it's crazy. It's just when my roommate decided to bring a whole stranger in the house. Like, that shit was so random and it just reminded me of it. So I'm going to tell you guys this story because I do not have a lot of stories with this particular roommate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell them to you now, okay? If you guys like my story times, please give this video a big thumbs up. And yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. The story may not be very long, but hey, it is what it is, right? So this story takes place with my second roommate that I ever had. I called him Scorpio. This is my Scorpio roommate or whatever. The dude who ended up just leaving in the middle of my work day. You know, I came home on a lunch break and we smoked a J together, and as soon as I got in my car driving back to work, Daniel called me like, yeah, Scorpio has a moving truck and he's fucking leaving. Like, that roommate. If you guys don't know about that, so I did make a Storytime movie, even though it was pretty short. I'll link it in the pinned comments if you guys want to go see it, because every time I push it in the description I always forget to do it and then people are lost. So I'm just gonna put the link in a pinned comment. You guys can click on it and go watch it. So it's that roommate, Scorpio. And the thing about Scorpio was that he was not a very social person. He did not have a lot of friends, and he was the type of guy that was always in a relationship. So it's like he really didn't need friends. So then when he was living with me, and you know, I may live with you, but I'm not your girlfriend, he was kind of forced to branch out and try to find friends, right? Now, he did have some friends that he had since childhood. So, you know, sometimes he would drive his car to the opposite side of town and, you know, hang with his friends. And that was his main like excuse as to why he just dipped on my ass, other than me not being attracted to him or wanting to be in a relationship with him. His other excuse was that, you know, he had all his friends over there and his family was over there, and he'd rather just live with his family for free and instead of living with my ass, because I ain't gonna get him no booty, which is completely understandable. Like, but what wasn't understandable is you not telling me until like, that's what's not cool. There was this one night, and Scorpio also did Uber, and like, guys, like, if you really pay attention to my story times, I know you guys are probably think that I'm like a Uber thought or some shit. Y'all probably gonna think like I'm a Uber thought because like I meet all these people doing Uber. Like I met Daniel and he was an Uber driver. I met Scorpio, he was an Uber driver, and like, you know, technically Scorpio was low-key a stranger too. Like, we hung out for like a few months, and then he was leaving his old apartment that he had with his ex-girlfriend, and they were splitting ways because his ex-girlfriend was just like cheating on him, dogging him out, because he is very like, and I've never met a Scorpio dude like this, like just very much of a pushover. Now, I don't know if he's just like that with the women he was with, because like I've met other Scorpio men that like they'll be damned if you even try to do any shit like that to them. But maybe that's just how he is, particularly with the women he's with. Shit, he might have some water placements in his chart. Other water placements, I don't know. Like, because the Scorpio men that I know, and they'll be damned if you try to walk all over them. But the bitches he was with, he would always just like buy them all types of shit. He had girls living in his apartment rent free. Like, he would just let bitches walk all over him. He would let bitches take the car. The last girl that he was with, his ex, didn't even work. She just stayed in the apartment all damn day. Like, he was just getting walked all over. So, you know, he dumped her around the time that he met me. And he was like, yeah, I'm trying to get out of this apartment. My lease is up, and you know, you need a roommate, so let's just do it. Again, a lot of this stuff is already said in the last video. So he is trying to soul search for friends because, you know, I'm hanging out with Daniel a lot, and you know, I bring my friends over to the apartment, but he doesn't really have friends for real. So there was this one night, and I had gotten off of work, you know, and I'm about to roll up and just chill. And Scorpio texts me and he's just like, yeah, I'm about to have a friend over. I was like, oh, okay, cool, it's whatever, like I don't really mind. So maybe like 20 minutes later, he comes to the door with this dude, And it's like this short, loud, light-skinned dude, like short, like embarrassingly short. No offense to all my short men out there, you know, my dad is short, that's where I get my height from. But it's just like, this dude had like Napoleon complex. Like, you know how when some dudes be really short, they have to make up for it with having other really loud attributes, whether it be, you know, cocky behavior or loud behavior or goofy behavior, like over the top to compensate for their height. That was just exerting off of this dude. And we're just gonna call this dude Bob, because Bob is a fucking stranger. I don't know Bob. I'm not even about to go into depth on creating a character for Bob, because this is the first and the last time I ever see Bob. So Bob's ass comes in the house with Scorpio, and you know, Scorpio is giggling and shit and like kind of acting a little loose, and I've never seen Scorpio like that. Like, Scorpio is very like conservative, but it's weird because, like, you know, he has a full body of tattoos. Like, Scorpio was tatted from like right here all the way down, like even his arms to like right here, all the way tatted, his stomach, everything. I don't know if his legs were tatted. I wasn't looking, but he tatted as fuck. He got long ass fucking dreads, but he's very like he speaks very proper. Has very conservative views. Like, it's like he's an oxymoron. He's very soft spoken. Like, he's a little bit street smart, but like for the most part, comes off very like educated and very like square, if that makes any sense. So when he walked through the door and was just like wavy, I was like, oh shit, I've never seen this side of Scorpio before. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you know, we've all smoked together and shit, but that we've never drank together, because honestly, when I did smoke weed, I didn't drink like that. So there was really no need to have liquor in the house. So he come in wavy, and then you got this fucking stranger walking in my house. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So I text Daniel, because Daniel was in my room taking a shower. So I texted him and I was like, yo, I need you to like come out, because, you know, he has this man in my house. I'm like, I don't know this man. So he gets out the shower, he sees a text, and he gets dressed immediately. But while that is going on, I text Daniel, I'm like, yo, there's this man, I don't know what's going on. So they both come in the house all wavy, and you know, light-skinned dude was like, oh, hey, how you doing? My name's Bob. Hi, Bob. And was like,
yeah, you know, this is Bob, you know.
And I was like, oh shit, that's what's up. So what y'all end up doing tonight?
Oh, you know, we hit the bars, and then, you know, we just got a bottle. We just got another bottle, and we're about to go to the game rooms and stuff.
And I'm just like, okay, like, and these two are vibing off of each other like they just like best friends, bruh. Like, they known each other for years. And Bob is like so obnoxious though. Like, he's just being loud. Like, every time Scorpio says something, he'd be like, yeah,
you know, we went to the bars.
Here go Bob.
Yeah, the bars was tight. I had like 3 shots of blah blah blah, and then I did blah 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 blah. And then, you know, we got another bottle. And you know, we got that E&J. You know, we got some E&J over here. We about to be and we about to go to the game room. Yeah, you know, I'm about to gamble at the game room and shit. I'm
just sitting here with a headache, like, bruh, I just rolled my blunt. So I'm in the act of rolling the blunt. So Bob sees my blunt.
Oh shit, you smoke trees?
Yeah, I do.
Oh shit, bro, like, you want to match?
And in my head, I'm like, no, I don't, because I don't know you. I don't know where your mouth has been. I really don't want you in my presence this longer. Like, you're giving me a headache. Mind y'all, I had like just got off of work, because like me and Daniel would come back home at around the same time, take our shower, unwind. I'll roll the J, like, I'll take my shower first. Like, we used to have a whole routine back when we smoked weed. Come home from work, I'll take my shower, I'll roll the J while Daniel takes his shower. He comes out of the shower by the time the J is already rolled, and then we smoke, relax, and eat some food. Like, we had our whole routine down, and then here go this loud ass dude coming in with the volume on 11,000. Like, no, I don't want to smoke with you. I'm trying to wind down with my man right now. Like, can you not? So Daniel finally comes out the room. And you know, he's
like, hey bro, what's going on?
Bob talking about,
hey bro, what's going on, bro? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Hey, my name's Bob, bro, blah, blah, blah.
I'm just like, bro, can y'all leave? Like, who are you? Like, what is going on? Out of nowhere, Bob talking about,
so, you know, which one of y'all,
and he's pointing at me, and I'm like, he not for real, because nobody's saying anything.
Which one of y'all, which one of y'all,
Nobody's saying shit. So he finally just out and said it.
Okay, so who she with? Who she with?
Sir, are you kidding me, sir? Are you kidding me, sir? And I just gave him the most stankest look that Scorpio like sobered up. Like, I gave Bob the most stankest look, cause it's the way he said it was as if I was somebody's property, like as if somebody had left a fucking towel on the floor and somebody was like, hey, whose towel is this? Like, that's how he was saying it, like with no regard for the fact that you are yelling in my apartment and I can hear you. Like, what the fuck? So that's when Daniel just stepped in. It was very obvious. Look uncomfortable. Well, damn, I just said his real name. The Scorpio was uncomfortable because he was standing behind Bob, so Bob could not see Scorpio's face, but Scorpio immediately looked uncomfortable because, now unbeknownst to us, we didn't know Scorpio had his own little inner problems with his feelings for me or whatever, but because this dude obviously just disrespected me in my house, Scorpio was paying me rent for my house, which had my name on the lease, and this man just disrespected me. So Daniel tried to save the day. He came in, he was like,
oh, I'm her boyfriend.
Like trying to switch the roles up, like, bro, you're coming at her sideways, like trying to switch up the ownership so that he gets like, bro, like, no, that's not what we're doing.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. You are very attractive.
And I don't say nothing to him because I already don't like you, Bob. I have not smoked my post-work blunt. You come up in my house fucking drunk and yelling. You don't know me. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? So then it doesn't stop there. Here go Bob.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. You're very attractive. So y'all two roommate, how long y'all been roommates for?
Talking to Daniel, thinking that this is Daniel's house, and I was just like, should I tell him? Like, should I tell? So that's when I started getting an attitude. I was like, actually, this is my apartment.
Oh, that's what's up. So this is, so you and Scorpio are roommates.
Technically, yeah, because, you know, my boyfriend doesn't really stay here 24/7. Like, he goes back and forth from here in the north side. Like, he's not here 24/7. So, I mean, we kind of all do live together, but we kind of don't. But yeah.
Oh, my bad. I just thought you was with him. I didn't.
Well, you thought wrong, sir. Like, you thought wrong. And that's when Scorpio started laughing when I was like, well, you thought wrong, because he thought shit was funny. And I'm just like, well, I'm glad you think this is funny, bro, because your little friend is aggravating. So then that's when Daniel was like,
so, Bob, how long have you and Scorpio been friends?
Y'all. Bob talking about,
oh, actually, that's a funny story. That's a funny story.
And Scorpio was like,
yeah, you know, I met him like 2 days ago.
I was like, wait, excuse me, wait, you met him how many days ago? 2 days ago?
Yeah, it's a real funny story. Like, I was doing Uber, he was just my Uber driver, and like, we just started kicking it or whatever, and now we're here, like, we're like best bros.
Scorpio, you let a man, like, we're not little kids, bruh. And Scorpio is at least like 4 to 5 years older than me. So it's like, bro, you should know, we're not little kids. You don't just let strangers know where you lay your head at. Like, what are you doing? And then now, if I would have known that you only knew him from a short period of time, I would not have told him that it was me that was your roommate. I would have left it alone at Daniel being your roommate, because I don't want him thinking like he could bust in here in a female's house. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. But at that time, I did have security cameras, so nigga, you going to jail. But when I lived in the hood, you best believe I had security cameras. But it's like, bruh, why do you have somebody you only knew for 2 days in your house where you lay your head at? What is going on? You are going to jail. I was like, okay, wow, whatever. Once Scorpio saw the shock on Daniel and I's face that he said he only knew bruh for 2 days, you know, Scorpio was like,
all right, well, you know, we just stopped by, you know, pick up some weed. We're about to head back out.
And I was like, all right, cool, bye, Bob. So they leave, and I text Scorpio like immediately. I was like, yo, don't bring Bob back in here until you get to know him a little bit better, like, cause you don't know, he knows that you sell weed. Like, he might try to come up in here and rob you, bro. Like, just, you know, just play it cool. I'm not trying to tell you who to be friends with. I'm just trying to look out for, you know, the valuables in the house. Like, and he texted me back, he was like, oh yeah, no worries, Bob ain't like that, Bob ain't like that. Sure enough, the next fucking morning, you know, I'm off that day. The next morning I was off, and Scorpio was basically just like, yeah, bro, you know, we got to the game room, he got into a fight, like, he's just not the type of person I need to be around, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yo, well, hopefully y'all didn't end on no bad note, because now he knows where the fuck we live at. Like,
yeah, I probably shouldn't have invited him over.
And I'm just like, yo, you have a very, you're very like optimistic when it comes to people, because the second Bob walked through the door, I was like, no, like, like, you need to learn how to feel people out. And like, honestly, he just didn't know how to feel people out. Like, if he would have felt out me and his friendship, he would have known that it was just a friendship and that it wasn't supposed to go anywhere else, and I didn't want it to go anywhere else. He was just a very poor judge of character. Like, he just didn't know how to judge people's character. Fun fact though, Scorpio did try to hit me up on Facebook, maybe like sometime last year, but I just didn't respond. And he was on some shit where it was like, damn, I didn't know that like by me moving out meant we couldn't be friends anymore type shit. But it's a little bit more than that. It's the way that you moved out, and you kind of disrespected my relationship. Like, you literally thought that, like, the whole living situation, like, if you guys go and watch that Storytime movie, I felt like you were disrespecting my relationship. And how can I be friends with somebody who I know thinks that I'm attractive and who does not respect my boyfriend enough to, you know, treat me as a friend and as a person, and not so much like a pussy on legs? Like, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit's dead. That was the time where I had a stranger in my fucking house and he disrespected me, and I never saw him again. Thank God. He never came back to the house. That was the last time I ever saw Bob. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know, has anything similar ever happened to you where one of your roommates invites like a stranger over and it's just like, who are you? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.